Hi, I'm Josh, and this is my album review for Shapeshifting by Joe Satriani. I think this was a really good album. I don't think it's one of his best ones, but sort of average in the middle, bog standard, decent Joe Satriani album. I think he just showcases how good a musician he is on this album, and how much he's still motivated to create some really cool, innovative stuff. At his age, I think it's brilliant that he can still write some really cool stuff. And yeah, the musicians he got on this album were really top quality as well, like as they always are for a Joe Satriani album. I think my three favourite songs are Big Distortion, 1980, and then Shapeshifting. Even though there are quite a lot of other songs that I liked a lot as well, but them three specifically, I think Shapeshifting is a really good opener to the album. It really gets it off to a good start. And then you got Big Distortion after that. Really cool, sort of opened it to the album. I really like the riff in Shapeshifting, the main riff, and then there's the other riff in the middle of the song. It reminds me a little bit of Music Is Wind, but I suppose he probably got that from Joe Satriani anyway. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. Big Distortion is the best song on the album. Really cool guitar solo in the middle of the song. Cool riffs and everything. And then yeah, 1980 was a classic. I thought it was a classic. Probably a song that he could play live in a couple of years' time in the future set. I'm not really sure about any of the others, if he really would be worthy of being in the set. But let's go through the rest of the album. All for Love, I thought that was a really cool song. Nice bit in the middle of the track with the synth keyboard and Joe just ripping a really cool melodic solo over the top. I thought that was really cool. The only thing with that song, I think it was not long enough. It was only about 2.5 minutes long. I would have liked it if it would have gone on for a bit longer, because it's such a dreamy sort of classic Satch, dreamy sort of progression. And then Ali Farker, that song is so weird with all the odd bits that he puts in there, and he showcases how good Ali Farker and Dick Dale work guitar. He really tried to imitate their playing. I think he done a pretty good job with that song. Teardrops, I quite like that song. It's a very sort of catchy sort of song where you get it stuck in your head every time you listen to it. But yeah, it was alright. Perfect Dust, yeah, that was a pretty cool song. It's got like a cool sort of groove to it, and then it just goes into a completely different direction, which is just classic Satch again. All My Friends Are Here, that was a pretty cool song. It was, yeah, I think it was alright, that song. Very classic Joe Satriani sort of just rocking out kind of song. Spirits, Ghouls and Outlaws, that was more of a bluesy sort of feel to that song, which still was alright. I still like that song, it was still okay. Now we come towards the end of the album. Falling Stars, bit slower pace compared to the rest of the album. But it had a cool like jazz funk groove to it, and the accompany on the piano for them little bits during the sort of, I don't even know what it would be, sort of like, I don't know, during that progression in the song when it's got the piano accompanying it. I think that bit was really cool. Waiting is the next song. To be honest, I was waiting for something to happen, and nothing happened the whole song. Oh dear, sorry. But yeah, I think it probably would have worked better if that would have been the very first thing you heard, if it would have been that and then it went straight into Shapeshifting, I think that would have worked a bit better. And then Hear the Blue River was something very, very completely different. Again, more of a reggae feel to that song, which I thought was very cool and a bit different. Again, a very slow tempo, and I think that's what ruins the album in a way for me, because it starts off all right as it goes through the album, but then towards the end he puts all the slow songs at the end, and it just sort of drags a bit for me, which is a bit annoying. Yesterday's Yesterday. Really, I thought that was a Rubina what was it called? Rubina's Blue Sky Happiness. I think that's just basically that song, but without the awesome ripping solo he puts halfway through the song. It's just a bit of an odd way to end the album, which was a bit of a shame after it started off so well. So my overall score for this album, I had to mark it a bit different to how I would usually mark albums, because there's no vocals in this record. So I had to change it a little bit up with the scoring system. I had to put consistency and composition as two separate things instead of the same thing. But overall, I give this album a 7.5 out of 10, which is solid. I think it's a solid album. It's not up there, but it's not rubbish either. It's sort of in the middle, which, yeah, I think that's about it for this review. Like if you liked it, sub if you haven't subscribed yet, comment. I'd love to know what you think about this album. Share it with other people that might like this album or other metal and guitar stuff. I've got some other previous reviews on the channel if you want to have a look at them. There's some more metal ones like Ozzy Osbourne and Testament, and I've got some more coming up. I've got Trivium, which I'll probably do next week, and lots of other stuff, guitar stuff as well. I don't want this to just be a reviewing channel. I've got some guitar stuff as well what I really want to push to the forefront in the future. Check them out. I've got one that's really close to 100 views, which I'll go over the moon. I'll be over the moon if that ever got to 100. But yeah, this will do this video. I'll see you in the next one. Keep shredding.